Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is April 4th, 2021. It's actually Easter Sunday. Happy Easter. And this is the Flight Sim News. So, first up is a look at what the guys at IL2 Sturmovik have been up to. The other day, they posted devblog 278, and it goes on to say, today's dev diary is not long, but wanted to say that in addition to working on many aircraft features and improvements, we're also making some moves internally with the addition of and search for new personnel while adding responsibilities to others. This adds overhead costs to our operation, which we hope will pay for itself in time, but we ask that you continue your financial support of Sturmovik throughout this spring and summer and all of 2021 by purchasing new content and buying gifts for your friends, family, and squadron mates. And please remember, purchases made directly in the IL2 official web store benefit the team the most. Without further delay, here are the first pics of the work in progress of the Newport 28.C1 for Flying Circus Volume 2. The N28 drafts the U.S. Air Service in the war, and her slender lines make her a real beauty. Also notice our new tactical codes technology is present. The damage model is next up for her, as well as DVD adaptation. Geronimo, no invasion of Normandy can be complete without paratroopers. These guys will be jumping from our C-47s later this year after they are properly animated. Enjoy your Easter weekend if you celebrate it, and see you in the skies and the battlefields. Signed, the Sturmovik team. And let's take a look at those images. I'm really looking forward to Flying Circus 2. I really enjoy Flying Circus Part 1, and I think this is going to be a fantastic addition to the stable of planes that we already have in the Great Battles series. And up first is the Newport, the N28. Another shot of it over the terrain, which looks fantastic. Looks like one getting ready to mix it up there. And then a nice cockpit shot there of the N28. Looks like some more in action images there. They really poured out the images in this one. That's at least 6 or 7 so far. That looks fantastic. Wow, that's a lot of images of just that one plane. And then here are the U.S. Army paratroopers they were speaking of. It's going to be pretty cool once they're animated and then back to the original. I'll throw a link to this in the video description as usual, and you can check it out for yourself. Next up in IL2 news, and this came from the IL2 Great Battles group on Facebook, Colin Zernetta goes on to say, hey folks, I haven't had a chance to share this here yet, and I wanted to wait until things had started to come together before I did. Sturmovikfest 2020 happened in the shadow of the start of the pandemic and was a great way to bring the community together with some shared events. This year, we're looking for a repeat. April 25th to May 2nd. He goes on to say, I'm building a tentative schedule now for the support of groups like Red Flight, Combat Box, Finnish Virtual Pilots, Josta 5, Flug Park, Air Attack Tactical Combat Server, and Top Dog Challenge, and more. If you're a streamer, server operator, event organizer, and have some ideas or just want to show your support, let me know. Otherwise, I hope to catch many of you folks online from April 25th to May 2nd. If you can't make the events, there's also likely to be a good number of streamers and content creators covering this event. And that's what I'm doing right now in the Flight Sim News, Colin. So keep us posted on what's going on with the Sturmovik 2021, Colin, and I will do my best to help support you guys, and I will throw it in the news, and I will actually add a link to this one in the video description as usual, so you can check it out for yourself. Okay, next up is the biggest news of the week, which encompasses everything that Eagle Dynamics had to say about DCS World. This first blurb goes on to talk about Guam, and they go to show a variety of images of Guam. What I don't like is when they do these images like this on Facebook where it's really small. I think you can find the high-res versions of all of these images over in the screenshot section at the Eagle Dynamics website. But for now, these will have to do. I'll do my best to crop them and zoom in a little bit so it takes up a full page when you're looking at the Flight Sim News. But overall, the Mariana Islands pictures of Guam look absolutely amazing. Next up is a little more Mariana Islands love, and this is when arriving in Guam, one of the first things you'll see is the Antonio B. Juan Pat International. And they go on to talk about how it became the base for the B-24 Liberator bombers in 1944 and 45, and in 47, the U.S. Air Force turned over the airfield, or the USAAF turned over the airfield to the United States Navy, who has operated it as a Naval Air Station Agana until 1995. Civilian use of the airport began in 67 when the international terminal was opened. From this time onwards, the airport has been reconstructed and upgraded many times in order to cope with the growing air traffic and passenger requirements. Again, there's a nice image of it right there. It looks pretty freaking impressive. And I think the super carrier guys are going to love to hear this. They finally show an image of the 3D briefing room. It will offer an interactive squadron meeting capability. This is particularly interesting for multiplayer action, pre-mission start, and for after-action review. Our integrated voice chat will also allow real-time comms with your squadron. Interactive matte plat camera, greenie, and kill boards will provide simultaneous online statistics during mission progression. Each pilot seat in the briefing room includes an interactive tablet that will allow you to control the fueling and arming of your aircraft. There's an image, and there's also a link that will take you over to their website to bring up a better, more full-res image. A little more about Guam. They go on to show more images again, and this time they're saying, with 540 km2, Guam is the largest and most populated island of the Marianas Archipelago. I can never pronounce that. It lies about 5,800 miles west of San Francisco and 1,600 miles east of Manila. The Chamorro people, sure I butchered that, settled on the island approximately 3,500 years ago and were essentially disconnected from the rest of the world until the Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan discovered the island on March 6, 1521. Guam was subsequently colonized by Spain more than a century later in 1668, and there is just a ton more historical data that I'm not going to sit here and read through. You can check that out for yourself in the link that I will provide. And there's also a link there as well to bring this up full screen. I think this is going to be fantastic. And the best part is, this is the free map that they're going to come out with. So, dying to see when this happens. All right. And then the last bigger piece of news, I guess, would be more for the supercarrier guys again. They go on to say the 3D Airboss pre-fly station will come with the possibility to control the deck floodlights, the speed and direction of the carrier, and monitor the plat camera. In addition, we will implement launch and recovery operations from the Airboss via 5MC messages. And again, there's a nice image of it up close and personal. And to get a better image of it, you can head on over to the link in the video description to their screenshots section and pretty much see them all. Oh, and last up, in the way of DCS World news, Big Nui had updated this the other day, and it goes on to say that the next update is now planned for the 14th of April, subject to change. The 2.7 update was pushed back yet another couple weeks, it looks like. It was supposed to be before the end of March, and then I think they said something like April 7th or something like that. And now it looks like they're aiming for the 14th. But hey, if this is going to, fix and improve things and make for a much more stable release, I'm all for that. Because everybody's dying to see these clouds. Everybody's dying to see all the other updates and fixes and improvements that they've added to DCS World. And we're all dying to get our hands on the MI24. So I'm hoping maybe this update is what brings the hooks and the capabilities to add the MI24 Hind into DCS World. And as an educated guess, I would say that this is the beginning of all of the good things that are going to happen in 2021 for DCS World. 2.7 seems to be the foundation for all of the upcoming changes that we're going to be seeing, and modules and so forth. So that is it for the Flight Sim News, guys. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Feel free to hit that like button. And until next time, guys.